Hello guys, and welcome back for another episode of the Old Guy Farms single player challenge. Today is the second day of spring, and I want to bring in course play because we're going to make use of that today a little bit, and just want to make sure that the tractor I want to get for our seeding today is selected. Of course, can't remember where it is in the list. Yep, it's selected, so we're good. Hey Mark, how you doing? You must be Johnny on the spot with jumping in this time. All right, let's go ahead and get our eggs. Hey country girl, how you doing? We're streaming a bit earlier today, simply because I've got took the day off. I just got done taking our oldest to dropping her off to summer camp, so she'll be gone for a week. And then actually I'm taking the car in for some recall work this afternoon, so it's just enough time to get a couple streams done before we need to take the car in. And it looks like we are going to be getting hopefully about 1 pallet of wool per day if we can keep our productivity up, because it is the second day of spring, and before the end of the first day I noticed Glance was telling me all about the wool being full. So we already streamed the first day of spring earlier today. I'm hoping to get 2 back-to-back streams in before I need to take the car in for service. And I do not know if I'm going to be doing a stream tonight, though. We're going to run the tractor back over here because we're going to continue our stump grinding. I'm doing good today, country girl. Are you going to battlefield some more? I have to say, every time I jump into to watch a little bit of that stream, I can't stop laughing because it's just so funny. It almost makes me want to try to play the game myself, but I think your frustration is more than enough for me. I don't need to get involved. So when we unhooked this last night, it tipped over. Let's just see if we can magically hook up to this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to magically hook up, so we're going to have to try to get this flipped back. If I was smart, I would have reset it back to the farm when we were back at the farm. Oh. Oh no! Oh, seriously? This is not funny. And we go back to the farm. Somehow the bucket is sticky. Would not let go of the stinking grinder. So while we're driving, we could do this. I need, oh, seriously? 1535. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How much seed do we have in here? We should have 1,500 liters in there, right? Rock. So, I wanted to activate course play because I want to use course play to tell me how much seed I need for that field. So, it says I need 1,535 liters of seed to seed field 26. Sadly, the seeder that I want to use holds 1,500 liters, which is why I was having such a reaction to that 1,535. So we're going to run down here, and then I want to pick up the truck and our flatbed. I'm going to drive it up to the store, pick up our leased tractor and sower, bring it back up to the farm and use up some of that seed. No use in buying seed if we can use the seed that we already have, and then run it down to field 26 and seriously hope I can get all that done before midday, the way it's working here. At least we don't have to worry about getting taken out by a train, because that's already gone by. So I had mentioned in a stream, in this morning's stream, that the tractor that I plan on using for seeding is a tractor that I haven't actually used since the last time I played Goldcrest Valley. So I kind of thought it was fitting that this tractor would make its appearance back here on Old Guy Farm's edit of Goldcrest Valley. I just noticed that there are little extra legs back there. I didn't know that that was there before. So let's make our, not really purchase, let's lease up our tractor. Where is it? Here it is. So we're going to lease up our New Holland S Series. This tractor has a wonderful $50 a day, 90 horsepower, but we can oomph that up to 100. And look at this, it goes a whopping 26 miles an hour compared to our TW25, which has $95 a day. Now it is more powerful, so I guess it's more akin to the TW5 at $95 a day, 122 horsepower, and 18 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and get the 100 mile an hour version, or the 100 horsepower version. So we're up to $60 a day, but what's great about this is the lease is only $3,800. Okay, now we're going to get the Kuhn seed hopper, and the Kuhn seeder. And what's nice about this is this only needs a 100 horsepower tractor. So we have just the horsepower we need without all the extra lease cost. And this little thing will go a lot quicker than those little Ford. Come on. There we go. So we can't use the Ford to seed because the Ford doesn't have a front hookup. Let's go ahead and lower that, and hopefully that'll kind of plant that on the trailer. And let's get this back to the farm. Hey, DN Gaming. Glad to see you come back. So let me tell you, I want to share a little story about this tractor. Because this tractor kind of has a special meaning to me. So back when I was playing Goldcrest Valley, I had probably been playing Farm Sim for maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. It definitely wasn't more than a month. And I was watching good old Eustace Pharmer's channel, and he did a video on the Fendt and Challenger tractors, and they were wonderful looking tractors. His video on those tractors was great, and but being a first-time gamer for Farm Sim, and only in the starting map of Goldcrest Valley for basically a month now of gameplay, I didn't really have all that money. So I put a comment in there in his comments and asked, well, what would you suggest as far as a small tractor? Because I was looking for a small tractor that I could just use up at the pig farm, that had a front loader that I could use to basically do the pig stuff. I had a plan to buy the fields that are close to the pig farm, and basically use those fields to grow the crops that I needed for the pigs. So I wanted a small tractor that I could use to plow, cultivate, plant, and fertilize, and pretty much do everything I needed over at those two fields. So good old Mr. Eustace Pharmer replied back, thanking me for my comment, and next thing I know, within a week, he had put out a video that basically was like a review of 3 small tractors. And when I saw the video, the first thing I noticed was the title. It said small tractor review 4, and there was my name, and I was like, holy cow, this is so cool. Because you know, this bigwig YouTube guy is basically made a video to answer my question and put it on his channel. And one of the tractors that he did was this one, the S series. Another tractor that he put up was a, I think it was a Steiger or something, or the other. And the third tractor was a Fendt Favorite 300 series. And basically, if this tractor wasn't going to work for this purpose, I was going to use the 300 series. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was so cool. That at the time, you know, this great YouTube personality had taken time to not only research my question, but to respond back in the form of a video to my question and put it on his channel. So that day is the day Mr. Eustace Pharmer earned a lifelong viewer of his content. I can tell you that right there. And his link should be to his channel in the description below. So if you haven't seen his content. He's got some really great storylines. He puts together some really awesome videos. I need to be in the truck. All right. Hey Henry, how you doing? All right. Stop. Well, we screwed that up. We now have a little bit of wheat. There. Now we're planting grass. I just pulled a Mark DuPont. I think he's self-proclaimed himself as the person that will start seeding with the wrong type of crop selected. So we've got ourselves a little strip of wheat here. I don't have a plow or anything to plow that up to get rid of it. Alright, we're going to head back over here and pick up these logs. And then we're going to get to grinding down some more stumps. I really want to prioritize these stump grinding over here. I don't plan on doing any stump grinding back where we left the truck, but I do want to grind down these stumps because I do have a mind to attempt to at least attempt to mow some of this area at some point. We also need to run a mission. I may actually just go ahead and do that since we've got our hired helper running. Or maybe we can just go ahead and run a mission while he's running a hired while he's seeding over there. DN Gaming, I've got 1.2 million. I think you're saying you've got. There we go. You've got 925,000. Okay. I really do wish there was a way to flatten land. I'd love to flatten this little area out. It's going to become a pain to mow anything here. But I do have aspirations, I said it earlier, to buy this field at some point. And once we buy the field, we're going to mow off and kind of square off all these corners and just mow as much grass as we can. Let's check this mission. No mission available because we sowed. Let's check this mission. Oh my. I'm not going to do that one at the moment. Wow. Alright. We're not going to waste time on that one at the moment. What about something like here? Or how about this one? Alright, we'll look at those later. Just check and see how you're doing. You're doing a fine, fine job there, sir. Alright, let's get back to our stump grinding. This area did not really net us the most in the way of tree money, but I say there's a fair bit of area here for grass. Assuming I can find, there we go. Assuming I can find the magical spot. But we can get a little bit of grass off of here. I hope I don't distract you too much from whatever you're playing from your farming DN. I think that's what most of us do when we are farming. We have something else up. We either watch a video of somebody else or watch a TV show, watch a movie or something. Sounds like an interesting mod there, the squad. A crane that can lift anything. Oh, we could hit him. kind of banking that the ground temp is going to warm up. Putting that grass in the ground already. Might be a bit of a risk, but hey, what fun is life if you don't take risks, right? I think we'll also need to care to our greenhouses later today. We didn't do anything with them yesterday. I really do think it's cool that in Farm Sim you can kind of re-landscape the map by taking out trees. Be nice if you can get rid of these little bushes and everything too. I have never set up a pallet mover, no. Now Rockhound modding, he's over at PCSG. He's put several pallet movers in his Serenity Valley 2 edit. He might be able to help you if you question, but I have not put in pallet movers myself. There we go. Other than these three buildings, this area would be it'd be also nice if there was a way to get rid of buildings. Kind of come in with a big old dozer or something and take a building out. Few more stumps, and then we're going to run this stump grinder and tractor back to the main farm, and we're going to pick up a that pallet of seed for our planter back here, or seeder. And then I might run back over here and take some more trees out. Just grind away with them with a stump grinder. You've got removable hedges that basically act as trees. And then do you model little bits of the building being chewed away? I think maybe the stump grinder should have blades that you've got to replace after so many hours of operation. Two days till maintenance on this tractor. Just wanted to check that out. Go. Hey, Shark Hunter Games, how you doing? I think that does this area. Like I said, right now I don't plan on grinding any of those stumps. Let's run this back to the farm. Oh. Pole. So Mark, do you know what washing does as far as maintenance? Does it take your daily maintenance down, or does it take your annual maintenance or your biannual? And if that's the case, it would you'd only really need to wash your tractors if it was biannual. Hey Grizzly Bear, how you doing? We got another GrizzlyBearSims, another fellow contestant in the challenge, has made its way into chat. Encourage you guys to check out his entry and his channel. He's also doing a wonderful series over at Mountain Valley Farms. Let's just take out all kinds of things. Our truck, bucket. Let's pick up our pallet forks. And we need to pick up this pallet of seed. Glad there's nothing on the top, because we wouldn't be able to reach it. I'm technically off today. I had to take our oldest kid to summer camp this morning. Dropped her off, and at 3:30 I've got a appointment with the car dealer. I've got to take the car in to have him do a little recall work on it. That is indeed what telehandlers are for, but my telehandler is down here with our greenhouses. And just so you can see, I am also a wheat farmer. I planted a little patch of wheat here. I hope to get really good yield off that patch. I guess I should put this pallet over here. We're going to need that because according to course play says this field needs 1,536 liters of grass seed. What? But the seed hopper on the coon pack only holds 1,500 liters. We'll just, so we had to go get an extra pallet of seed. Alright. So, you've been at it almost all day, and you're not even halfway done. If you need a lovely little tractor here, this is a really nice, really cheap 100 horsepower tractor. You might want to look into it. Has a really low lease rate. Where are we at with our... Alright, they're good still for a little bit. Might as well make use of our Scorpion while we're still having. I was telling people earlier that that tractor's got a little bit of special meaning to me because it's a it's one that was recommended by our mutual friend Eustace Pharmer in a video he did back in December. Get over here. Well, I don't plan on owning the Scorpion for too much longer, so I might as well make use of it while we got it. Because I suspect in about 3 or 4 game days we'll be hot and heavy back into our baling routine. I would have went with the Ford, but I needed a front 3-point hitch for that seed hopper, and we know the Fords don't offer that. So a little rough here. Alright. Let's come about this from a different angle. Yeah, what was it? Was it Lord of the Rings where the trees talked? Or was that some other fantasy series? It's a bit of a gamble to be, yeah, that's what I thought. The trees talked, yeah, they walked too and everything. I know it's a bit of a gamble to be putting grass seed down because it's only 34 ground temp. And what is it, they want 37? But I'm hoping that the temperature tomorrow of 60 degrees will basically have the ground temp up by 37. That's assuming tomorrow is even a gross state change. It seemed that from the first year playthrough that the grass did have a gross state change at day 3, but we did have some cold weather temperatures, so maybe the grass will be a little behind this year. I have to say the summer temperatures on seasons are rather cold. I would not mind at all for our summer to have a high of 68. Has the challenge been stressful for me? Not so much. I don't think so. I actually kind of like the 15 times speed. Tend to I think the only thing that's stressful to me is only being able to have one hired worker. There's times where I'll have 6 or 7 hired workers working on other maps. I'd say about the only thing that's been stressful is that this is my first time playing with seasons this far through. So prior to this, I'd never gotten past spring. So a lot of it is very much unknown. And knowing that with the base vanilla game, things react fairly predictably. And knowing with seasons that a lot of the aspect of seasons is unpredictability. So sometimes it's realizing that you can't always base what's happened or what will happen on what has happened. And that's usually what I like to do, is kind of see a pattern and establish a pattern and work with it. We had, I think it was Robert in chat this morning that was saying that on his play, he had frozen ground up to like day 3 of spring, and as a result, all of his grass on the map is way behind its growth. So it's like he's like day 4 of summer and he still hasn't had a full, his grass still hasn't gotten to full growth yet. You know, so that factors in that unpredictability. I was noticing and commented in GrizzlyBear's channel that it looked like he had 4 days of snow predicted for winter. 4 out of the 6 days was snowing. And we went through our winter. We had 1 day of rain and a little bit of snow during half of a day. And that's all we had as far as weather during all 6 days of winter. The same for old guy Farmer. He only had 1 day of bad weather, I think. Alright, we're going to take this one more tree out. And then we'll be done working in here. I mean, that's one reason. The hired worker thing is one reason why I made sure in the first year I only had 2 tractors. So there was pretty much no way I could send somebody off to do something else while I already had a hired worker going, because I only had 2. Let's see, how is he doing? Well, he's going to be working through the night, that's for sure. He's not doing too bad, but he's going to be working a while. We are at 100% wool. So we are getting 1 pallet of wool per day out of our sheepies. We have already bred 6 sheep in less than 2 full days of spring. Because if you remember, we started out with only 96 sheep. Because the trailer we used, I think, took 48 sheep at a batch. So we only transported 2 loads. We've got a mess of this wood, I know that. I'm not near as neat with my scorpion use as my fellow competitor GrizzlyBearSims is. He's very neat and tidy with his scorpion. He very deliberately drags his trees out to a location and cuts them all. Makes a nice little stack. This batch just seems to be haphazard, fall where they may. We skipped the night yesterday, but I have a feeling that we're going to work through the night tonight. Simply because of our seeder. At some point I'll take over and do the rest of the seeding, because the hired help will get really expensive really quick. In fact, I think he may have already got to that point. We'll have to pay attention and see what it costs me for the next hour. Get over here where we can reload our truck. You can skip time after 9 p.m. But you don't have to skip time either. So if you want to work through the night, you can. I've typically tried to work up until as close to midnight as I can, and if I end up going past midnight, then I just go ahead and finish the night out. I'll just take this load on up to the sawmill. Don't have to worry about that train. Well, Robert, I may fail at this challenge also. I know lots of competitors seem to think I'm in the lead, but I don't believe so. 165. So that person is costing me more money now. Because I think it was just over $100 an hour. Now it's 165. I've got my eye on GrizzlyBearSims there. I think he's technically in the lead. He's a little behind us as far as the days, but he's still got gold up in them hills. yet to pick up. As of last night's stream, he's got himself 100 sheep, which is kind of on par with what we have. He's got $300,000 in the bank, and I think 7 more game days till the end of the calendar year. And if he sticks with the $100,000 a day, that's going to be 1.1 million in the bank, with $1 million gold still up in the hills. So, as far as I'm concerned, he is in the lead. It may not show it, but I think he is. See if we can not get our truck stuck coming through here. Well, that went fairly well. This truck's just a regular off-roader. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's unload our truck. Get him stacked back up. 165 again. Yeah, before we do that, before we load our truck up with weight, let's pick up this log we have trouble with. There we go. All right. Let's not hit that. Let's hope there's no train coming. There is. There is. That was close. That was very, very close. We nearly got annihilated by a train. Let's get over here and relieve our worker and finish planting our field. And hope, seriously hope that we get above 37 degrees before the next time the growth happens. Like I said, we're kind of hedging a little bit, hoping that the air temp for tomorrow will cause the ground temp to come up 3 more degrees. Alright, have a good stream, country girl. Blow some stuff up for me. I just get an absolute kick out of it when you shoot stuff and it doesn't die, and you're like, just die, why don't you? Oh, you're going the other direction. Well, I might as well let you finish that out. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the working with this thing. All right. Really don't need that up there anymore. Jump in our little New Holland. It looks a lot like the little Fords, but it's goes 26 mile an hour. Has the 3-point hitch on the front. You can get it in 90 or 100 horsepower varieties. It's fairly cheap to own. and seems to have just enough gusto to run this combination. This challenge must be played on hard mode. So this is hard. If we played on easy mode, I would have probably $3 million by this point. Because on easy mode, I think silage bales are close to $3,000 a piece, if not more. And on hard mode, a silage bale is only $1,087 at its max price. It's just under $1,000 base price on hard mode without seasons. Alright, let's see how we do today. Lease cost $4,000 for the tractor and the seeder. Not too bad, given that the all the base game tractors had a lease cost of about $8,000. That had enough horsepower to run this combination and had a front hitch. So I'll take this kind of lull in activity to remind everybody that I have decided that should I be the victor in this competition, I will give the Platinum DLC upgrade away to one lucky viewer to enter into the possible chance of getting this Platinum DLC. On the last episode, episode 72, you need to put in the comments, and hope to be the first person to do this, is tell me the number of bales I sell for the entire duration of the challenge. So that would be the number of bales sold in year 1, 2, and 3 combined. And I will tell you that bales may be something more than a silage bale. And the only hint I'll give you with that is that sheep may produce bales. So, with that, I'll just give you that reminder that keep track. The evil person I am does realize that that means that you basically need to watch most of the streams to keep track of when we may sell a bale, because we have sold. We did do a massive sell-off earlier, but we have sold bales here or there, kind of just to feel out the price. If no one gets it right, then whoever is the closest first. So it will all be based on timestamp of the comment. So if 5 people put the right number down, it's whoever put that number down first. Oh goody, 41 degrees ground temp. So we have met our magic 37 degrees that we needed. It does not look like we have growthed anything. So it appears that maybe we are not going to have a growth state in day 3. We may have it in day 4. Alright, you have yourself a great day, Grizzly Bear, and good luck on any stream you might do today. And we will drop her down and get her on. You've made this field your cow area. Did you edit the map and move your cow area here? I'm really hoping that we can get this field done with 1,500 liters of seed, and I won't need to put any seed into this hopper. I want to wait until I run out to put any seed in here, because any seed that we leave in the hopper we'll lose. This wouldn't be a bad area for your cows, given the proximity to the main farm. Do you have plans for what you're going to do for the old cow area? I thought I'd turn the lights off on that truck. Well, it looks like I've got a 72 degrees in day 4 of summer, but of course that can change. But yeah, weather can be pretty fickle with seasons, and that's an aspect that really introduces risk into the game. There really isn't risk with the base game. I wonder if we can get this field done before it rains. That'll be interesting. So I don't know if you've seen, Robert, there is a Goldcrest edit out there called Blue Ridge Acres, where they moved the cow area to the main farm, and they put a dairy production facility down at the old cow area. If you want to take a look at that map, it's available over at PCSG. And again, the name is Blue Ridge Acres. I did a few streams on that map before I got involved in the challenge. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Seasons, and I'll say that GrizzlyBearSims introduced me into Seasons way back in. I think I started watching his channel back in February, or maybe even January of this year. I think he was just starting Lawfolds, and he had gotten access to do the promo. He was on the promotions team for Seasons and was therefore given access to the development version for the purpose of playing online and showing Seasons off to everybody. And basically I've been watching him play Seasons and talk about it from that point on, and really seeing the progression of Seasons progress from something that was just basically affecting temperature and when you could plant things to really affecting textures of the grass and the bushes and the trees and everything. So we're down to 15 units of seed. I think we're definitely going to run out. We'll catch this little bid here and see if we can make it to the other side of the field before we have to fill up a little bit. And GrizzlyBearSims has said many times that now that he's been exposed to Seasons, he won't play a map without it. And I kind of agree. At this point, playing a map with Seasons turned off or not on is boring. It just feels boring to just cycle between harvest and planting and fertilizing and harvest and planting and fertilizing in this endless rotation. Alright, well, looks like we're out of seed. Let's go up here and get just a shot of seed. According to course play, that will do us in seed. Of course, we have our little mistake here. It'd be nice if we could plant over it. Hello, Wogger. How are you doing today? Alright, see you later, DN Gaming. Alright. This pass will finish off this field, and then we'll return the tractor and the seeder. And then we'll jump in our fertilizer spreader and see if we can fertilize this field. See how far our fertilizer will go. I don't know if that's the 3000, but it is the Coon pack, yes. We got the seeder on the back and the hopper on the front. I picked this one because it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest planer that has a decent working width. It's only 4 meters, but still, it was fairly low cost to lease. Look at that. I'd say Courseplay was right on the money with the amount of seed needed. Now this doesn't have all the modules. This is only the seeder. It doesn't. I don't have the cultivate module hooked up to it, so I don't know. We'll just have to see what comes up. So we got the BTF 4000. The S series. And the TF 1500. So that's what we were using. I love this fertilized spreader. It has such a huge working width for its size and its cost. Now the only question is, will we be able to finish this field, or will we have to go buy more fertilizer? Oh, we need to grind them stumps down over here. I forgot all about that. We have to do that tomorrow, game day tomorrow. Place your bets as to, is it if we can finish this field with the fertilizer we have? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. We'll have to see. I think we might be able to get it done. I didn't notice any lagging on this end. I don't have too many drop frames. I know that there was a choppy bit back there a little ways when we were that was way back when we were still doing logs. Alright, so we were at 1,032 when we started this pass. And this pass looks like it's halfway. So we've done 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th pass. Alright. So let's see how much we have after we end this pass. We have 864. So I think we've got enough. We should only have 3 more passes to go, this one and 2 more. Yep, this pass and 1 more and then we'll be done. Alright, so that puts this field at two levels of fertilizer because we did 1 fertilized mission on this field before we plowed it. Then we plowed the field, and then we bought the field. Then we put grass in, and now we have put our 2nd layer of fertilizer down. What we're going to do is we are going to finish this field off, run back, pick up our pallet of seed, run back up to the main farm and save and call it at that point. It's time to get mowing grass then, Robert. You gotta make hay. It doesn't look like you're gonna get more than 2 cuts off of it. You should be able to get another cut before autumn. That field's not taking fertilizer. Doesn't look like. That one doesn't look like it's taking fertilizer either. Let's check this one out. Nope. Not yet. Yeah, we're going to put our seed in here. Before we put it away, let's see if we can fertilize this field. I suspect we won't be able to. Doesn't look like it. One day, we might as well do maintenance on this tomorrow. Our next game episode. Alright, I'll pick up our eggs. Alright guys, that's going to close out this particular stream. I am going to do another stream within the next 5 minutes or so. So if you want to hang out, you can do so. I'll be right back. And if not, then have yourself a good day.